Stop trying to conjugate every single verb when you want to talk about the past in Spanish. You probably have to stop to think, and that's one of the worst ways to sound natural and fluent. It breaks the conversation flow, just like this. ¿Qué hiciste ayer?
Ayer yo compré ending in R. Yo compré comida.
Instead, you just need a handful of fixed patterns. You just plug in a few words and the phrase is already built for you. And today I'm going to give you 7 patterns that will take care of 80% of everything you'll ever need to say about the past. No conjugation charts for every verb and no memorizing so many endings. Sounds good? So stick around because at the end you will see how to chain all of these 7 patterns to form a little story about your past. That way you will be able to talk about what you did on the weekend or on your vacation. Isn't that cool? Let's start with number 1. Pattern number 1, fui a. I went to, and then you can add a place if you went to a place, or you can add an infinitive if you did something. Like, fui a Madrid la semana pasada. I went to Madrid last week. Or, fui al gimnasio esta mañana. I went to the gym this morning. But we can also add an infinitive to talk about what we went to do, what we did. So you can say, fui a comprar pan. I went to buy bread. And always use fui and change the infinitive. For example, fui a ver una película. I went to see a movie. Instead of thinking about each of the verbs, what's the termination, what do I have to modify, comprar, to buy, yo compré, I bought, or ver, to see, yo vi, I saw. Just fui a and the infinitive, much easier, right? Pattern number 2 is also the verb to go, but this time in a different past. Iba a plus an infinitive. I was going to, something you intended to do. Iba a llamarte. I was going to call you. Or iba a ir a la fiesta de Marta. I was going to go to Marta's party. Or iba a estudiar un poco. I was going to study a little bit. So fui a, I did do it. Iba a, I was going to do it. Pattern number 3, really important. Estuve, I was. So we can use estuve with a place to express where we went or where we were at. Like, estuve en Barcelona ayer. I was in Barcelona yesterday. Or estuve en Tailandia en verano. I was in Thailand in the summer. Or we can add a gerundio, gerund, present participle rather, the ing verbs with estuve to talk about what we were doing, what we did. So just a very quick reminder, verbs ending in ar make the gerund in ando. So cantar, cantando, to sing, singing. And verbs ending in er or ir make the gerund in yendo, like comer, comiendo, to eat, eating, vivir, viviendo, to live, living. So we use this with estuve to talk about things we were doing, we did. Like estuve hablando con Ana. I was talking with Ana, or I spoke with Ana. Or estuve trabajando hasta tarde. I was working until late. That way again is easier to express what you did. And then we have the pattern number 4, which is the same verb, estar, but this time again in a different past, the imperfect, estaba. And we use this with an adjective, usually a feeling, an emotion, a state, to exactly explain that, how we were feeling. Like, estaba muy cansado ayer. I was really tired yesterday. O estaba nervioso antes del examen. I was nervous before the exam. So estuve for things we did, estaba to express how we were feeling. We are halfway through, so you are doing great. Let's keep going with pattern number 5. Era. It was, and is the imperfect past of the verb ser. Era plus an adjective. This time we are describing things we saw, places we went to, like el hotel era muy caro. The hotel was very expensive. Or la playa era preciosa. The beach was really beautiful. Preciosa, gorgeous. Or la casa era muy pequeña. The house was really small. So we're describing things and places we visited, we saw. Really useful when you want to talk about the past. And to kind of make this even better, we have the pattern number 6, había. There was, there were, to talk about the existence of things in the past. And we use this one with a noun, things that were there. And the good thing about this one is that it never changes. We only have one, había. It's the imperfect past tense of hay, there is, there are. Like, había mucha gente en la fiesta. There were a lot of people at the party. Or, había un problema con la reserva. There was a problem with the reservation, the booking. Or, había 3 camas en la habitación. There were 3 beds in the bedroom. So between era and había, you can really describe things you saw and places you visited. And you'll see that in a moment when we put all of these together. So hold on a little longer. This is the last one, number 7, obligation in the past with tuve que. I had to. With this pattern, you can justify, you have explained, or complain about things that were out of your control. Like, tuve que trabajar el sábado. I had to work on Saturday. Or, tuve que cancelar el viaje. I had to cancel the trip. Or, tuve que pedir ayuda. I had to ask for help. So you can see how useful and how often you will use this one already. Right? And now we are going to see the fun part, which is putting some of them together to make a longer phrase, a longer story. For example, I can put 2 of them together and say things like, estuve viajando por Tailandia y había muchas islas. I was traveling around Thailand and there were many islands. Or, no fui a la fiesta porque estaba enfermo. I didn't go to the party because I was sick. And yes, you can make them negative just by saying no before the verb. No fui a la fiesta. No estuve viajando, I wasn't traveling. No fui a comer con Pedro, I didn't go to eat with Pedro. So that's how easy it is to make them negative. Another one, la playa era preciosa, pero había mucha gente. The beach was beautiful, but there were a lot of people. Do you see? And if you think that's amazing and it's really useful, see how I use all 7 of them to tell a little short story about the past. And see if you can understand the whole thing. Ayer iba a ir al cine con Ana, pero estaba muy cansado, así que estuve descansando en casa. Por la noche fui a cenar con Pedro. El restaurante era muy pequeño y había mucha gente, así que tuve que esperar un poco para cenar. Did you get it? I think you did. And these are the 7 patterns that are going to really help you speak about the past with confidence and without thinking so much. And then little by little, you can start to learn the actual verbs in the past. But with just these patterns, you can already talk about 80% of the things that happened in your past. And next time somebody asks you, what did you do last weekend? You will be able to actually explain a little bit more and a little bit better what you did. So now pick 1 or 2 or 3 of the patterns, or if you are really brave, all 7, and try to drop one phrase in the comments for me to check. I'm really excited to see if this actually works with you. And don't forget, I put all of these 7 patterns in a PDF for the Patreon family members that you can download on my page. And if you found it useful and you liked the video, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any more of these videos with tips and tricks on how to speak Spanish faster and without so much complicated grammar. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego!